Hello, everyone. It is Pat. It is Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for this last week of May, going into the beginning of June, the 29th of May, all the way up to into I think it's June 3rd or 4th next weekend. Wow, we're halfway through the year. This is Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. And where I am up here in New England, it's a little cloudy and overcast. And I was just thinking this morning, it's kind of funny because this is a weekend where a lot of places open up their pools for the summer season. But today, it would kind of be like taking the polar plunge. So anyways, as I usually do for our weekly readings, I'm going to be calling on the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue to see what Archangel is working with us for the week. And for this week, I also felt guided to work with our... felt guided to the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen. And there's one more deck I haven't used in a while, and that's this cute little angel card deck. I found it the other day. I haven't used it in a long time. So, all right, let's call upon the archangels and see what their message is for us this week. For who's working with us? Who can we call upon for what we need help? The issues that we're having, for what is ahead for the week. Archangels. Ooh. All right, you saw it fly out of the deck. Oh, very apropos. Because Memorial Day, as we all know, is the day when we remember those who have served, those who have fallen, those who were killed in action, serving our country. And so it's not surprising that Archangel Azrael comes forward this week with his message of hello from heaven, reminding us that our loved ones in spirit are doing fine, to let go of the worries and feel their loving blessings. Okay, we do wish love upon the souls who have served our countries. And I think there's a special place in heaven for them, because that's going to be one of the bravest things to head into war and face some of the things that they must have had to face. I can't even imagine. But anyways, Azrael is letting us know that they're giving us a wave hello. When you have masses of people who are doing something honorable like that, like taking the time to put the flowers in the graves and remember the loved ones, even though they're not in their spirit isn't at the grave anymore. But our collective thoughts of remembering them with gratitude and respect and honor, they hear that. And so they're, hanging out with us, saying hello and sending their love and blessings back to us. So, as we go through our week, because we always call upon these angel cards for what's coming up for the week. For some of you out there, it may be bringing up for you feelings of loss and grieving that need healing. So Archangel Azrael is the angel who helps us to recover from loss, and helps us to, work with those, the recovery process from grief. He brings comfort, and he brings you that connection to your loved ones. So you may feel them close this week. You may have, you might find yourself thinking about them a lot, which I know when that happens for me, it's always an indication that they're close by. So I'll just stop and say, I'll actually have a vocal conversation with them and say, hey, I feel you very strongly today. I know you're close by. Thanks for being around. I miss you. I love you. And if you want a message from your loved one, if you want to feel, a connection or closer to them, Archangel Azrael is the archangel you may call upon for that connection. He helps us with this whole process. And, for those getting into mediumship or who are interested in that, to me, mediumship is kind of like a mission, because it helps bring comfort and closure to people. So Azrael is here to help us with that this week. So it says that there's some healing going on, and he's here to provide comfort to you and to let you know that your loved ones that have passed are doing well, and that they have found that rest and comfort. Okay? So, let's see what the saints and angels want us to know today, this week. Okay, so, saints and angels, what is ahead for our week? What do we need to know? What are your messages for us? Okay. Oop. Okay, there's two. Let's come out. Aha, okay. Well, they really wanted to jump out with messages. So the first one that's come out is this one. Very appropriate for today, being Memorial Day, you know, the final day of the Memorial Day holiday. It's St. Christopher with safe travel. So he's overseeing whatever traveling you might be doing today, whether you're coming back from a trip, you know, maybe you went away for the weekend, or whether you're just traveling to, you know, a relative or a friend's house to, you know, have a cookout for today or some kind of memorial service. So he's overseeing our travel, and I feel like this is going out to someone who has, you know, wants to take a trip but has some fears around travel. Maybe you're afraid of, you know, you don't like airplanes, you're afraid of taking a flight or something like that. So he's, you know, letting you know that he's here for you. You can call upon him for that kind of trip that you need or want to take. And it's going to be safe for you, all right? Call upon him to ensure your safety. But there's also, I feel like this is going out to some people who, you know, could just use to get away. It's just time to take some time out. Go to some place different. I know a lot of us do staycations. I do those a lot of times too. But it's time to kind of get out of Dodge for a while. Go to some place where you're not pulled back in by your normal routines. Sometimes we do need to get out of the house, go someplace different, be someplace different, see someplace different. Because when we are around at home, we get drawn right back into, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. And so it's indicating the need for take off and go someplace. Or that it's time to make your plans, if you haven't already made them, for a getaway. Okay? It's time to take advantage of that. So travel is on the mind at the beginning of the week. Okay? And it's safe travel. And for some of you, I feel like you need to, if you're taking a road trip, be mindful of your tires. Okay? Check into your tires, make sure they're inflated well enough, that they haven't got anything stuck in them, or, you know, just check into it. I don't get a hit that anything's going to go horribly wrong, but just check into it before you go. So travel is what's on the agenda for the beginning of the week. And, you know, I sort of feel like in some way on a larger scale, in the country and in the world, that there is some questions or issues that come up regarding, you know, safer travel on airplanes and things like that. If there's new guidelines that need to be put in place, and there's questions being raised about that, and like reviewing the current standards for travel. So that just came in as a last minute hit. So we got two cards that came out for the middle of the week, and I'm curious what these are. Interesting. Generosity and sleep. These two popped out together. So, so this is good old Saint Nick, Santa Claus, literally. And I feel like this has to do with acts of generosity, and not just, you know, financial acts of generosity, but, you know, acts of generosity in terms of lending of goods or passing on of goods, material items that are needed. And we have sleep right along with it, which sleep is either going to be a factor for you middle of the week, or an issue for you, or you're finally getting catching up on the sleep. You know, maybe some sleep that you lost during, like if you took a red eye or something like that during your travels. It's an important part of some of the issues that you're dealing with. Okay, if you've been feeling frustrated or irritable, you know, having a tough time dissipating stuff, sleep is a big factor in it. And I truly feel that it may just have to do with, you know, sometimes when we come back from vacation or a long trip, we're just tired. So it's just, you know, kind of nudging you to, you know, you just need some really good sleep. And that's part of what this middle of the week is going to be about, catching up on some good sleep for you. Okay? And, you know, especially if you've been feeling cranky and kind of irritable. So, and the generosity card in here, middle of the week. And it could be that I feel like someone's going to be, you know, generous to you. Maybe they're looking after your kids so you can get some sleep. Or they're in some way providing something that you need so that you can get, you know, so you can sleep at night. In some way, their generosity is helping you so that, and relieving your mind of worry so you can get a good night's sleep. Okay? So that's what's going on. And the end of the week this is the Holy Spirit card. And it's the message of peaceful. So as we, you know, come into the end of the week, there's, you know, finally more of a sense of peace. You know, you're maybe back to your routine if you were away traveling. And there's just, you know, the dove is the symbol, especially with the olive branch. It's the bringing you signs that things are going to be okay. And, you know, that going forward into this, you know, next weekend, it's going to be a lot more relaxed. If you were feeling like, even with the holiday, things were kind of tight, that you had a lot to do between travel or maybe preparing for something, or and with the whole Memorial Day, if it's bringing up a lot of feelings of loss that you've been processing, as you get into the weekend next weekend, it's going to be a lot more relaxed and peaceful and not so scheduled. Okay? And the Holy Spirit is who we reach out to help us in our day-to-day life with, I'll say it the way I know it, correcting the mistakes in our thinking so that we can be more at peace. So when you are struggling with that, the Holy Spirit is who we call upon for that. But there's feelings of peacefulness coming in and being at peace and relaxed and more rested. Okay? And when we're rested, we do feel more at peace with the world. So that's what's coming up for us this week. It looks like an interesting week ahead with these cards. And in a little bit, I'm going to give I think I might do a video blog put out there for, you know, reviewing the previous week's reading and how it showed up for me. And I'd be curious to see how it showed up for some of you. So my final card that I'm going to pick right now is one of these little angel cards. For a theme, for another little message for our week. They're so cute. They're like half the normal size. All right, this one seems like it wants to... Oh, there's two that want to come out and give a message for us. All right, so transformation is the first message. It says, through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are, moment by moment, transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. Wow. Transformation coming up this week. And this other one is kindness. It says, a kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. These two are tied in. So an act of kindness that's given to you this week. Nice.